As we all know, हम different schools के साथ collaboration कर रहे हैं और youth से बात कर रहे हैं क्योंकि यही generation है जिसने हमारे planet का ख्याल रखना है और उसका take care करना है. इसीलिए आज हम एडोपिया स्कूल आए हैं और हम बहुत young बच्चों से बात करेंगे और उनका point of view जानेंगे climate change, plantation drives और sustainable living के बारे में.
Do you think throwing plastic in a bin means it disappears? If not, where does it actually go?
In my opinion, if you throw trash in the bin, it's just as bad as throwing it anywhere else, because that trash does end up in that anywhere else wali jagah. It's like thrown into the water, it's buried under the sand, and that's just as unhealthy as having it on top of the land, because when it's above the land, then humans will still see it, pick it up, and maybe put it in the recycling instead of the trash.
Throwing plastic in the bin usually ends up in landfills, in oceans, or it gets incinerated. The better option would be to throw it in a recycling bin, as that goes to recycling plants where plastic from plastic bottles gets reused into other plastic bottles.
Imagine it's the year 2050. What kind of world do you hope to live in?
The kind of world that I would like to live in, well, usually when they show the future, it's all like machines, buildings, no forests at all. So I would like for 2050 to be a cleaner and greener planet. To do that, we have to start taking responsibility in where we put our trash.
What I'd like to see in 2050 is like more greener areas, less litter on the streets, maybe even biodegradable plastic. I'd like to see the earth in a more healthier state.
I would love to see a world that is not only consumed by machine, but also a more greener, a safer planet. As is now, our plastic is non-biodegradable. We end up throwing more stuff into landfills and fires and the ocean rather than actually, it being recycled. For instance, bottles being recycled for their plastic to be used into more bottles, or bottle caps not ending up in the ocean and killing innocent fishes.
It is nice that you mentioned recycling. If you had to pick just one to focus on, which one would make the biggest difference and why?
For me, if I were to focus on just one point to help the world, it would be planting more trees and more plants, because I feel plastic will, even if it takes hundreds of years, it will go away over time. It will degrade. But for trees, when you cut them down, the tree isn't just gonna grow out of the stump again. That's not gonna happen, because it's been cut off completely. So planting more trees and more plants would give us more oxygen.
I feel like one of the steps we could take to make our world cleaner and better would be that we take responsibility for our own actions. Most of the litter we see is here because we don't think about what could happen if it just stays there and keeps on piling up. If we step up, we take more responsibility for keeping our planet cleaner, the world could be a much more better place.
At such as our school, we have categorized trash cans for glass bottles, shoppers, or cardboard, or other general stuff. That all goes to their respective landfills and where they would be recycled or incinerated.
Those who throw the plastic away might influence the people who do pick it up. They'll be like, oh, he's doing it, okay, I don't have to pick up the trash.
I've seen my fellow classmates clean up the trash from our grounds and from just any surrounding areas. I think that is a really good habit. People should learn to pick up trash. That is, even if it's not yours, you should learn to pick up trash whenever you see it, as even if it's not yours, it's harming the environment you live in, and it makes your life quality worse overall.
Would you adopt healthy or sustainable habits even if none of your friends do? How would you motivate your friends to do the same?
I would adopt healthy habits even if my other friends don't, because deep inside you know that you're the one who's doing the right thing, and maybe if you do the right thing, then your friends will maybe 10% chance they're actually going to look up to you and start doing the right thing too, because if one person in the world doesn't start, then it's never gonna start, and then the bad is never gonna end.
I would start developing healthy, cleaner habits, even if my peers wouldn't, because I would know that it is for the betterment of the community, for the planet, and I would motivate my peers and friends to also develop habits like that by showing them what good it can do and what improvement it can make to our surroundings.
Do you want to add something at the end of this podcast?
Being the next generation, we have to take care of our planet. So participating in small events, even if it's just 2 or 3 people getting together to plant some plants or trees, it could really make a huge impact on our environment, as deforestation is a very common thing nowadays, and planting more trees and plants around our communities, our neighborhoods, it would definitely bring a change for the good.
Honestly, talking about these topics makes me feel the urge to plant more plants around my environment, because I think there's a shortage going on about this.
If you watch this podcast and now you know, if you didn't before, that like greenhouse gases and global warming and all of this stuff is because of us humans, not anybody else, because it's not like animals are walking on their hind legs littering everywhere. It's us humans. So maybe we should take a stand for our own generation and the many generations to come and stop doing this.
Thank you for watching.